Renters on edge. California's eviction moratorium could expire in just days. Tonight, there's an appeal for the governor to pass an extension or face a tidal wave of evictions. That's our top story at 5. Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Veronica Macias.
And I'm Aaron Groff. The numbers are staggering. A new report by the Aspen Institute calculates between 30 to 40 million Americans are at risk of eviction over the next several months. Tonight, the city of Monterey is launching a rental assistance program. It has about $800,000 to help out renters in the next 3 months who either have to work or live in the city limits of Monterey. You also need to be in a certain income bracket and show you've been financially impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. Here's KION's Josh Cristianto.
Well, Aaron, Veronica, these renters and housing advocates also worry that some of these qualifications will leave some residents homeless. But because the city says this is a federally funded program, there's little they can do about it.
Watch the camera.
Dorit Gersh lives with her boyfriend in a one-bedroom apartment at the Casa de la Vina Apartments in Monterey. She's paying about $1,600 in rent after she says she saw a $75 increase and expects to pay more. At that rate,
We're going to be paying, $1,800 for a one simple bed apartment next to a bowling alley where it's really noisy and crowded. And I don't think it's fair.
Add a pandemic into the mix in an area where rent prices are already through the roof and things get more desperate.
Milk products, food products keep going up, and they keep jacking up the rent.
Well, the city has 2/3 of its residents are renters, and a substantial portion of our employees are in the service sector, people who are likely facing layoffs because of COVID-19.
In order to help renters, the city is coming up with an assistance program, which would distribute about $800,000 in relief for qualified applicants. Aside from having to either live or work in the city limits, you have to be under a certain income level to qualify. For example, an individual would have to make less than $54,000 a year. A family of 4, less than $77,000 a year. You also won't qualify if you receive other forms of federal aid.
So one of the issues with this program is that it's federally funded, and so the federal government wants to make sure you're not receiving 2 types of federal aid for the same purpose.
Housing advocates say the income requirements and other restrictions will exclude many residents and worry about more homelessness if eviction moratoriums are lifted. Another concern, the assistance program only lasts 3 months.
3 months, it's great, it's a start. But they should have it all year around.
The city says the federal funding limits the length to 1 fiscal quarter. And the city says that any rent freeze would have to be discussed by the city council first in order to be actually implemented. Now, staff are also looking at using state grants to help fund this assistance program over the next 5 years. They are expected to launch this program in 2 weeks by the end of August. Reporting live in Monterey, Josh Cristianto, KIO News Channel 546.